Heyo, welcome back to Thoughts and Opinions Are Our Own. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Kirk.
Kirk?
Yes.
We have a very special guest today with us.
We do. We have
Yay.
Ayslinne. Yes, Ayslinne, welcome back.
Welcome,
Hi.
Ayslinne.
Thank you again for having me. I know it's been a hot minute.
It's been
Welcome,
about
welcome.
a year. It's been about a year since we had you on the pod. So you are our second time now guest on the pod.
Ooh, I feel so special.
So there you go. Well, welcome back. We appreciate you making time for us. We know you're busy
No
with your schedule. And catching up. So last time we talked about a year ago, you were going through some change. Like, okay, you were thinking about maybe moving out of Michigan, away from the Midwest.
Yes.
You had an opportunity to move towards the East Coast. And you've basically transitioned to the East Coast. So talk to us about East Coast. What's the weather like? Traffic?
Thoughts and opinions.
Thoughts and opinions on the East Coast. What do you like compared to maybe Michigan compared to the Midwest?
So far it's been great. I'm
Good.
happy.
Yay.
Love
Yay.
it.
Good.
I will say driving was a little bit tricky for me at first. So trying to get used to 2 lanes to 3 lanes. And I know traffic there is more busy than Michigan because
Where you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's more slower and reduced speed. So, but I'm
A lot of
getting
tolls.
used.
You got
Yeah.
tolls.
So, yes, there's
You gotta
that.
know where
So,
you're going.
trying to
Yeah.
get used to that.
Less
Okay.
potholes.
Less
Yeah,
potholes.
but for the most part, like I've been getting used to it, so I've gotten better to where I used to be for driving.
Good.
But yeah, no, that's definitely a big difference I've noticed. Another difference I noticed is the weather.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So like for winter,
Mhm.
we've had like a couple like big storms, so like 2 huge storms, and then it was pretty mild and chill after that.
Okay.
Oh,
But
nice.
but summer is really hot,
Yes.
more hotter, like
Yeah.
Then Michigan,
Yeah.
the Midwest. Okay.
so that's pretty crazy. And then with like the rain, it's more intense, and
So the thunderstorms.
thunderstorms are more intense. Lightning you can see very clearly, so
Ooh, okay.
it's crazy, but
Oh.
but that's life down there. But
Okay.
and then I do notice we have different restaurants
Sure.
than some compared to
You have Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, we have Chick-fil-A. There's no Culver's, unfortunately.
No Culver's on the East
I
Coast
know.
where you are. Okay.
But we got
okay.
the good Chick-fil-A, so
Lots of Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh,
Sonic.
yes.
Do you have a Sonic?
we do 28 minutes
20
away. It's a bit of a drive.
That's
but,
better than 40 from here.
But
so.
Sonic's the most important. If you don't have a Sonic, then yeah. But
Okay.
it's been great so far. No, it's been great. I'm still working with dogs.
So talk to us, because again, last time you were on the pod, you had been
Daycare.
working in a doggy daycare. Dogs, animals were your passion, your calling. So it sounds like you still are working with animals. Are you still doing a doggy daycare or something else?
I'm not doing a doggy daycare anymore, so I kind of switched out of that. I wanted to, try something new a little bit.
Okay.
Sure.
So I'm a dog walker.
Nice.
It's kind of a small company, but my boss is really sweet. She's really nice. She's had her company for a few years, I believe.
Wow.
But she's told me some things, so she's definitely. I've seen the business grow.
Good.
Good.
And we're actually became number 1 in the county.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
That's how that's how many
Woohoo.
busy we are. So we
Good.
definitely celebrated, our hard work, our
Sure.
accomplishments,
Sure.
especially for her, at such a young age. She's created this business
Right.
and it's been going so well for her. And
Good.
I can't wait to see, how it is like down the line. But
And it's not just dogs, right? Like it's cats as well.
yes,
Okay,
there's
okay.
also like other animals too. So I cat sit too.
So it's a little more of a variety.
Yeah, so we do lots of variety of like pet sitting and
Nice.
dog walking, all that fun stuff.
What now, hopefully this would never happen, but like, what if something like really like tragic happens?
Mhm,
Like in like, like for humans, obviously, a lot of our jobs,
Emergency.
an emergency situation. Like, what do you do
911.
if someone passes out, if someone has like a heart, whatever, a heart
Cardiac
attack,
arrest,
or, like CPR, AEDs,
Mhm.
I have to be trained for that working in a school. So what do you do like in an animal? Again, hopefully that would never happen, but do you have to have training for what happens if an animal has like a seizure or some kind of episode.
So you do need to be certified, and I actually did take a class.
Like CPR certified for animals?
Yes, for animals.
Animal certification for CPR.
And it was fun.
That's so cool.
I did learn a lot. We got like a booklet, so in case like I forget, I'm able to, go back to it and refresh, my memory.
Yeah.
But we did do like a hands-on, like what do we do in case this situation happens, and how do we react, because the dog's mental awareness, like they're completely freaking out. They don't really know what to do, so you kind of got to be calm for like the dog and yourself. So you got to be calm in like the situation. You kind of got to know like where the dog's at, and kind of handle that. Like obviously you don't want to like go right into the dog and be like, let me touch you, like you don't. You got to be aware of like how they're going to react. So obviously you got to be like self-aware, and but you do want to make sure you know what to do, and if there is someone there around to help, make sure like you call someone to help. But I mean, it is very good to be self-aware of the dog, also the environment where you're at too.
Well, right, because if you're walking, if it's a busy intersection, or you're out in the country somewhere, on the countryside, whatever.
Or if you're in an apartment versus a house.
Yep, inside a building compared to outside. Because each animal, most people know this, but each animal really has their own personality. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing as a dog walker, as a dog trainer, like you have to know.
Yes.
Like this dog, this kind of breed likes this. This kind of dog, this kind of breed does not like this. Oh, yes.
I've definitely learned all of my clients is, what their personality is, what makes them, kind of tick, what makes them kind of go crazy, and,
what they like.
Yeah, what they like, what they don't like. So, I mean, seeing that, like I have learned, I have learned that, but it's really great. I have been mostly, it is great trying to work with, discipline. I've been trying to, discipline the dogs. Yeah, get that proper socialization. Obviously, space is super
what's
key.
Your space, what's their space. Yeah.
And, just having, discipline, and, but also kind of, breaking out a little bit, out of their comfort zone. I do have like some shy dogs, so it's great to see them, kind of start off kind of shy, and, kind of like
distant.
Like kind of check me out a little bit.
But then they trust you.
And then, just seeing that excitement, like when I come in the door, they're like, oh, it's you. Like, I'm excited. Like, I'm going on my walk. Like, we're going to play. It's going to be a great time.
Let's go.
So it's really great. And I think those are like kind of my favorite ones, if I'm being honest, just seeing those like shy guys, take those baby steps and really, be comfortable with them, like their skin, and obviously with me too. So
that's fun. That's cool because you're their buddy, you're their play buddy, but you can also be their like bodyguard,
right? Yeah,
and then kind of
you're both the parent and the friend a little bit.
That's funny. Well, good. We're happy for you. We're glad that you found again. Sounds like animals are still your calling, still your passion. Recently, all three of us were involved in a wedding.
A family wedding.
Oh, yes.
So let's kind of get into that a little bit. This was back in the wintertime. Mm-hmm. So this is just at the tail end of 2021. The pandemic was kind of still around a little bit.
After Thanksgiving, but before Christmas.
Yeah, right around the holidays. Yeah. Restrictions, and so your sister Selah.
Yep.
So my other daughter,
the middle sister,
she decided to have a wedding, and she decided to have a destination wedding.
You go, Glen Coco.
So hey, you know what? It's your wedding. You do what you got to do. So we all flew down. It was in the south. It was near basically it was right on the Gulf of Mexico.
That was really cool.
It was fun. It actually.
Waking up, seeing the beach, seeing the sunrise,
82-degree weather. Trees. It was the weather was great. Obviously, compared to 10 degrees.
Not having to work. Oh my god,
getting out of work for a few days, and so let's talk about that a little bit. So you both were co-maid of honors.
Yep.
Okay, so like, did you have both similar experiences? Did you have different responsibilities? What was it like helping her out? Was there a wedding planner involved?
So for Selah's wedding, she had a wedding planner.
Yeah.
And that really helped. And Selah's very she has a strong personality.
Okay.
She knows what she wants.
Yes.
Vision. She has
Yes,
a vision.
she has a vision.
Yes.
of what she would like.
And you either go along with the vision or you just kind of say goodbye. So that's me putting that kindly. So you're just like, all right, I'm along for the ride then. So it was kind of hard because we were in Michigan and she was on the East Coast, and the wedding was
in the Gulf of Mexico. Oh yeah.
yeah.
So you have literally three different locations.
Yeah, and she told us what dress she wanted, but we never, for our bridesmaids dresses, we never went like bridesmaid shopping. She just said like, go to this website. I have everything planned out. And the website was really helpful, so I could see what color she wanted.
Okay.
So that was helpful. But then I had to get it mailed and then altered. So that was all being done in Michigan.
Okay.
And then I had a FaceTime her like, hey, how does this look? Do you want anything different? And then she said we could do our hair and makeup any way we wanted. So I asked my hairstylist, like, hey, how should I do it?
Right.
So she kind of helped me with that.
Right.
When it came to actual like wedding showers, she had more than just one.
Oh, wedding showers. One here in the Midwest, one on the East Coast. Again,
and then I think one for her in-law family.
way
as
out
well.
in the West. Yeah.
So the one here for Michigan, it wasn't local. It was somewhere at.
It was like an hour away.
Yeah, it was like this really nice place. But again, because she was on the East Coast, like all those phone calls, and Mom actually like. I don't know. She did a lot, and Ayslinne, you did a lot too.
I did help Mom a lot with like setting up
with the showers.
Yeah,
yes.
So I did help out with that for the most part.
What was it like the actual day of the wedding? Like, was it emotional? Was there a lot of hype?
So Ayslinne there were a lot of like activities to do.
Yes.
And so Ayslinne went along with Salo for those. I knew for me, like they would just wear me out, and I had to wake up early, like the day of the wedding. So what I did was I went down to the beach, and that was really cool.
Just by yourself?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the day before I went with Salo, so that was really cool. Like the day before
At the beach, on the Gulf of Mexico.
And then Mom joined me. So that was fun to get like, I don't know, like 5-10 minutes of like just like
a long
tranquility
time with her.
and peace.
Yep.
Because then I knew like I had to hit the ground running. So then immediately after we did the family breakfast, and then immediately after I was the first to get my hair and makeup done.
Right.
And then after that, I think like someone forgot something. So then since I was ready, I was running back and forth all around the hotel and resort. And then you and I were leaving the next day.
We were flying back to Michigan.
So then I had to go and get a COVID test. So
Yep.
for me, it was a lot of running around. And then I think Salo was just a little stressed and nervous because it was like the day of, and there were
There's a lot to do, right?
So I think like just listening to her, hearing her, what she had to say, I think that really helped, just going like, yeah, like everything will be fine.
Was it emotional? Was it what you thought? Did you like?
It was kind of emotional. I mean, obviously, like being the youngest sister, you know, it's like, wow, like my older sister is like getting married. Like obviously it's a huge milestone, like in this, you know, family. So it's like crazy that she was, you know, like the first. So it was like a lot of mixed emotions, but obviously
it took pressure off.
I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
So you learned a lot. You learned a lot watching.
Yeah, you can definitely learn from like her experience of like, you know, what we went through, and like kind of how to deal like with what, you know, we could go through for like one of us next time. Like,
I think the wedding planner, like that was a good idea, but I'll admit, like I cried when I watched her come down the aisle.
It was.
I looked over at Jordan. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Because one of her friends was crying. I was like, "Look at one of her friends was crying." And Jordan was like, "I'm crying too."
I also cried when I walked her up.
Ricky cried.
Yes. It was a lot of. I remember I've told people I laughed, I cried, we danced at the
I
reception.
cried during that dance. It was the father-daughter dance.
I did a lot of prayer.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, God, you got to help me through this, you know. And because it is, I mean, you obviously you don't want any distraction, you don't want any drama.
You want good weather.
You want perfect weather. It was outside, right there, almost literally on the beach, and so
that was really cool.
It was it was a journey to get there, but I felt like I really did feel like the day went very, very well, and the actual ceremony was fun. And then in the reception, we had so much fun that night.
Yeah, so immediately after the ceremony, that was a fast like changeover.
Yeah.
Like then you had to go photos, and then you had to like go onto the beach,
and
then you had to like
a lot of
go all over, and then but then like the actual like dancing part, that was so much fun.
It was worth it for the reception.
We jumped in the pool. Lots of fun memories.
That was really
it was a fun party. It was really fun.
And now we have a family update.
Yes.
They are expecting.
Yes.
And so, congratulations to Sarah.
They're moving that along real fast.
Hey, you know what? That's the way it
They
goes
said
sometimes.
on delay.
So we are very happy for them. So now my other question then to both of you, obviously, then is you both are going to be an aunt.
Yeah, high five, Ayslinne.
High five. Congratulations. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Again, emotions. It's, again, as in you're on the East Coast, she's on the East Coast. Will you be involved with helping out with the baby?
So obviously I am very excited. First,
Yes. Becoming an aunt.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I am very excited. I am kind of nervous. I don't really have that much experience with kids, but I know I'll definitely, be the best aunt I can be, always there to listen and
Sure.
try to give good advice, obviously, and
it helps that you're close to them too.
Yeah,
well,
obviously,
you're right by
I'll
them,
be closer to them, so it would be great, being able to help them, whenever she needs. Obviously, if she needs her own time to treat herself, more than happy to pop by and just kind of check in on them, see how they're doing, if they need anything or help. And it would be great just hanging out and just, having a great relationship.
Sure.
I'm excited. I think, again, just like the wedding, it's a huge milestone as well.
Yes.
So it's exciting that we get another person in our family.
Sure.
And it's really cool to watch them too. They got engaged. Then they had, all their engagement parties. Now then they got married. So then they had all the wedding parties. Now they're having a family. They just did their baby shower. So it's really cool to see the two of them grow and expand their little family. And just to think wow, all that's happened within the last couple of years.
Yes.
So I know, it will be fun. I think the baby's in good hands. It's cool because it's a boy and he gets to be the first on everything, the first grandbaby, the first niece, nephew, and on both sides too. And he has a lot of family members that are still alive.
He's the little prince.
We, it's interesting because the last 2 years in the world have been rough and
very dark,
and for obviously various reasons. But
for us though, it's been
even
personally,
we went through a lot. And but I feel like you said, with them, with watching them, their relationship grow, and now celebrating with them back in December. And now here we are getting ready for the arrival of a baby.
It's crazy. It's
it's gone.
It's happening.
It's happening very, very quickly.
Wow, this is surreal.
Okay, so wrapping up, East Coast, year number 2. Are you excited? Do you have goals? Are you just going to be, keep just going again with the dogs, the animals, helping out, being an aunt?
I am excited. I'm very happy. I love where I'm at.
Good.
Obviously, I'd like to continue to still live there. I've got a great thing going.
Good.
I've made great relationships and bonds. I want to keep
awesome.
that.
Yep.
I would like to, expand the business, keep seeing it grow, and just continue to be a part of it. And hopefully, becoming partners. So.
Oh, okay. Gotta have goals.
And I'm an assistant manager, but
assistant manager, partners.
So,
all right.
I'm loving where this is going. So
Yeah.
I'd like to, continue to see it grow and, keep expanding.
Good.
Woohoo!
Well, we're excited. We're excited for you. We're glad that first year has gone
You
really well.
did it.
You did it, Ayslinne.
All that stress and worry for nothing.
But I mean, I remember we talked about this, I think, last time you were on the pod. You really took it seriously. You did your research. You did your homework.
Yes.
You prayed about a lot of things.
I thoroughly examined everything.
Yes.
And should I go here? Should I not? So I feel like, I'm here at the right place at the right time. And,
Ooh, love that.
Amen.
Whatever happens. I don't regret anything.
Good for you.
And I can't wait to see where it takes me.
Well, thank you for joining us again
Yes,
for your
thank
second
you.
time on the pod.
Thank you for having
Of
me.
course.
You're so welcome.
Catching up with Ayslinne. There you go.
It's nice to have another person around other than my mom and dad.
Having that third person on the pod. Well, you got to mix it up a little bit. So
Super
there you go.
fun. All right, everyone. Catch you at the next podcast.
Rock and roll.